Culver City known for historic studio lots and walkable neighborhoods.
Absolutely, and today the heart of Screenland is home to Coffee with CBS LA. Our Jamie Yuccas is at Cafe Luxxe soaking up the vibes and having some great Java. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. I want to show you we have some early risers here in Culver City. We have people biking in. We have gentlemen who've already sat down and told us about some affordability issues here in Culver City. We're going to be talking in a little bit about Save Overland, which is a group of people that are trying to make sure that bike lanes don't take over Overland, which has a number of businesses on it that now there's no parking there. So we'll be talking about that in a little bit. But as you said, we are right in the heart of Culver City. We are at Culver and Washington. So we're in a really easy spot for you guys to get to today if you want to come down and meet us from 7 to 10 a.m. We're between a bunch of studios. There's Amazon studios that way, Sony studios that way. You kind of almost feel like you are in a Hollywood movie set when you're in Culver. It's a wonderful community. I can't wait to talk to everybody. We'll be having all those deep conversations coming up in just a little bit.
Had dinner in Culver Friday night. It's just such a good vibe.
Yeah.
I feel like the air's clean over there.
It does feel clean, that's right.
Jamie, thank you so much. This morning's Coffee with CBS LA is bringing us to Cafe Luxxe in Culver City.
That's right. It's a community that's facing a lot of issues, just like many other communities, for their affordability. That's what we're seeing across Southern California. Our Jamie Yuccas is talking to neighbors and advocates about how to address some of those issues. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning. I'm with Travis Morgan right now, who's with our Culver. And I just want to point out really quick, we both biked here this morning.
These are both of our bikes. I came in from a mile or two away. You came in
a little bit further, a little bit. I call myself Culver adjacent at this point. But you are with our Culver. And I have to say, Travis, I'm impressed because you take really nerdy subjects and make it accessible for people. So talk about what you do.
That's our goal. Yeah, we're a progressive advocacy and education group. And we really try, getting involved in your local city can be really daunting. It can be really intimidating, and it can be boring. And so we try to make it fun. We try to have some education, and we even do fun things like trivia night for the budget, which is something that you wouldn't think that anyone would show up to, but we have a great time.
So what I love, too, about Culver City is that I just talked to Melissa about the Save Overland project. Right. You are opposed, but both of you have told me that you're friendly on many other things. This is a town that you can be politically opposed on certain subjects, but still get along.
That's right. I mean, Culver City, we only have 40,000 people. We all know each other. And I think it's important that even if you're politically opposed on certain issues or certain things, that you can still be friendly with each other. We can still engage with each other. We can still have a relationship. And then, go home at the end of the day and it's okay.
And sometimes you get your way and sometimes she'll get her way. And I know there were some other projects you wanted to talk about. Here at Cafe Luxxe, you were pointing out that Culver City just went through a kind of a revolution when it comes to the building.
So we are the only city in the state of California to have passed what's called single stair reform, meaning that you can build on top of a retail like this housing on even a very small lot. That is going to unlock housing in Culver City. Notice we've got Cafe Luxxe right here. Who lives here? No one. No one lives here. And so we need to get them customers that live right here in downtown Culver City, and we can do it by building housing right on top of the retail.
I know housing has been an issue, especially affordability. We are on the west side. This is an area that was gentrified years ago and has continued to see housing prices increase. So is that one way to try to get things more affordable here?
Our Culver, we're really advocating for affordable housing, and one of the things that we're doing here in the city is establishing an affordable housing fund so that we can build more affordable housing right here in our city. We don't wait for other people to do it somewhere else in LA. And so this is one of the key issues that we're really trying to advocate for right here in our little tiny town.
Well, and that's, if you have more people in the downtown area, you have you have Amazon studios, you have Sony studios, you'd get more people walking and biking.
That's right. So even though only 40,000 people live here and have for decades, our daytime population is over 200,000 people. So we've got to have places for these people to live so they can just walk to work, they can walk to the coffee shop, they can walk to, to the restaurants, or they can take a bike like you and I did.
I know, and I do have to say it's June gloom. It was a little humid, so if I'm looking a little sweaty this morning, there's a reason for that. But I mean, we're out here on Culver Boulevard to show just how busy the traffic is. This is actually pretty light right now.
That's right. Well, in LA, we're the city that sleeps until 10 a.m. So it is not actually that busy out here, but you come in the evening rush and it is packed. Yes. So and so we also advocate for what's called Vision Zero, which is zero traffic fatalities. While the rest of the world, traffic fatalities have been going down for the last few years. Here in the United States, including in Culver City, actually traffic fatalities have been going up, the opposite trend. And so we're seeking to advocate for safer streets, for more protections for those biking, walking, etc.
Well, Travis, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for taking all these nerdy little subjects and making them fun for people. So hopefully you get an understanding of this is the kind of conversation that you have in Culver City. But there are so many issues like housing affordability, transportation, etc. So we'll be talking with others throughout the morning, too, as to what they plan to do to make this a better place.
All right. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Guess who's at Cafe Luxxe on Washington Boulevard in Culver City this morning? You've met some cute dogs, some great people. How's it going, Jamie?
Oh, it's been a blast all morning. We are here on Washington and Culver. That's what's awesome about this is that there's two really main drags of Culver that meet right here at this coffee shop. So if you're in the area, make sure you come down, as many people have been. The other cool thing about this coffee shop is they actually don't offer any Wi-Fi because they want people to come in and be part of a community and kind of hang out, shop around, have a cup of coffee, and talk to one another. And that's what we've been doing all morning long. Our tent is right outside the other door. There are two entrances here. So if you don't want to be on camera, enter off Washington. If you do want to be on camera, enter off Culver. And we'll be here until 10 o'clock this morning, of course, talking to everybody. As we've heard this morning, there's been transportation issues, things with bike lanes, and, of course, affordability. So we'll be talking about all that coming up here at Cafe Luxxe. Good morning. I'm with Christian May Suzuki now. He has the Culver Crescent, which is an independent newspaper. And what I've been finding here this morning, Christian, is you have kind of an older generation who's coming out saying, wait a second, things are progressing a little too fast and forward. And you have a younger generation saying, hey, we're here, we're working, we need affordability, we need childcare, we need all these things. How are you as a journalist handling these two very different perspectives?
Well, I think it's about making sure that people really felt like they're being heard. There's a lot of policies that come into place where people just simply believe that it's targeted at a certain subsection of the population and is not really thinking about the needs of, for example, seniors, disabled, etc. So it's just making sure that people understand that all their viewpoints are being considered and, really just understanding that, even if you don't see the change that you want to see, that you have to understand that it's part of a larger community, and you have to consider the needs of everyone, and not just what you might see on your day-to-day life.
Well, that's what I've loved this morning is I've talked to people on different sides of very different issues, whether it's transportation or affordability, those types of things. And then they come up and they say hi to one another. And this seems like a very pleasant place. You've lived here your whole life. I have to imagine people are able to have this kind of discourse.
Yeah, I mean, people are very, very well informed. They're very passionate, but they're very opinionated as well. And, I think at the end of the day, what a lot of people sort of lose in the sort of more intense political discussions is that at the end of the day, people are just doing what they think is best for Culver City, for the people of Culver City, for the future of Culver City. And, that just sometimes manifests in different ways. Some people believe that bike lanes and transportation is the best way to move Culver City forward and make it better. And other people believe that continuing to, maintain its character, its friendliness to small businesses and things like that that's gotten it to where it is the proper way. So,
and you came up with the paper in 2024. You were going to start it in 2025. What sparked you to start it early?
Well, I think there was simply a need, particularly after the election and a lot of the discourse that we saw both, locally and nationally, that there was a need for a nonpartisan, someone who was going to treat the news fair and someone who's going to really, talk about the facts and not really try to push an opinion or tell people what to think. And so people were really needing that after the election. And so even though I was thinking about starting it after, I decided to get on it right away after the election.
Well, and that's what I love. I love journalism because it's about community. It's about being in the community, hearing all the voices of the community. You're doing that right here in Culver City, and that's what we're trying to do at CBS LA. So thank you for being at the event today. We really appreciate it, and good luck with the paper.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to continue to have these conversations. As you hear, it's a very passionate conversation out here this morning. We have a lot more to talk about, including the entertainment district that's being established and some of the fun 4th of July festivities that are happening, which I'm told are actually the 5th of July, so we can keep the party going here in Culver City. We'll talk all about that in a couple minutes.
You know we love to keep the party and the vibes going, and tell him we want to read that paper when he's done. Very impressive work he's doing there.
Oh, it's been an awesome morning, and we're in such an awesome space. I want to give you kind of a little live look at what's happening here. We've got a number of customers in, and they have all these fun little things that you can pick up for people. They've got little cards if you need to buy a birthday card or something else. It's really meant to be a community spot. So what I love here is that they don't have any Wi-Fi, even though you see a couple people on their computers every now and then. But this is really supposed to be a space where people do come, hang out, talk to one another, and talk about the community and all the things happening here. So we've got our tent outside. People are still showing up to talk to us about some of the things that they're seeing. We've heard some people talk about the transportation issues here. One of the big things we're going to be talking about in just a few minutes is we have the people in charge of the entertainment district, and there's been some changes you may have read about in the news. Read about it. We talk about it on the news too to viewers out there, that there could now be some alcoholic beverages that will be able to go back and forth along the Culver steps. So we'll talk about those changes and then some of the other concerns people have in just a few minutes.
Cafe Luxxe.
That's right. And of course, the city has so much going on. They've tried to keep the downtown district vibrant over the years. Our Jamie Yuccas is talking to someone who's been a part of those efforts. We also want to say hello to Dennis, who we met right before the commercial break. Thanks for that. Good morning, Jamie.
Yes, I'll tell Dennis you said hello. I'm now with Daryl Menthe, who's part of the Culver City Downtown Business Association. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you for being here.
Well, we're having a great time, but you have an even better time because you're in charge of all the entertainment, really, that happens here in Culver City.
Well, I'm in charge of a fair bit of it. We have a new entertainment zone that just premiered last week. That allows people to buy a drink or a cocktail and walk around during special events. It's the first time we've ever been able to do that. And I got to be one of the very first people to buy a glass of sangria and walk around Town Plaza legally on Wednesday. So it was delightful.
And it's in kind of a restricted area. So people who had a little bit of pushback seem to be okay with where this is happening.
As far as I know, yes. I mean, I think everyone wanted to know how it was going to work in practice. And the fact that we had a safe, clean event and no issues whatsoever with excessive alcohol was terrific. It's limited to the downtown improvement district, but most of the activity will be on the plaza because that's our biggest pedestrian zone.
Yes, I have to say, I joke that I moved Culver City adjacent about 3 years ago. And so I come up to the downtown area all the time. It's constantly changing. And you have so many local businesses.
We certainly do. I mean, having local businesses, small mom and pops, is one of the things that people really find attractive about being in downtown Culver City. And it's part of what we really want to try to curate and keep going.
It's so walkable, and you have so many different events. At Christmas, you have the tree lighting ceremony. I tell everyone it's like being at a Hallmark movie because there's like fake snow and kids can sled.
Real snow.
It is real snow?
50 tons of real snow, yes.
Well, see, now I just learned something, and I've gone to it for the last couple of years. Tell people, though, what you have coming up for 4th of July.
Yeah, so on the 5th of July, which is Sunday, we have our Independence Day drone celebration downtown. So we have a concert going on for about 3 hours, and we're going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and then we'll have in the sky our drone show that'll be telling the story of America as a story of protest and liberation. It's the March of Freedom is what we're calling it. So it's going to be an exciting time to watch that up in the sky over Amazon Studios on the 5th of July.
I love that you're doing it the 5th of July. Is that to keep the party going?
Part of it is to keep the party going. Also, overtime on the 4th is a lot.
So there's some budgetary constraints there as well. So you're fiscally responsible.
We're doing the best we can. Yeah, you got a big district. You want to make sure you get these events going, and when you have a budget like we do, everything that you can to stretch the dollars makes a better experience for everybody here.
You know, I've heard people on both sides, some very annoyed by the bike lanes being blocked off, some very happy that they're blocked off. What is in terms of the entertainment district, this is all kind of in the downtown near the steps area, right?
Yes. Well, you know, some of that dispute gets overblown. The entire dispute was whether we would have a bus lane and bike lane as one combined lane or two separate lanes. But everyone was always going to have a bus lane and a bike lane of one kind or another. The one thing we do know is that if it's difficult to get somewhere in LA, people will just drive elsewhere. So we want to make sure that it's accessible regardless, and accessible by every means of transportation that we can. Downtown is actually, I'm pointing downtown to the plaza behind me. The plaza behind me is very accessible and is also good access to the train station.
I know. I take the train. I'm somebody that does it. I rode my bike here today. There are plenty of ways to get in and out of the downtown district. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being at this event today. I think it's important for people to hear what's going on.
Thank you for being here and talking to people in Culver City. We're just delighted to have you here and let everyone know all the great things that are happening in this town.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And of course, we're going to keep having some of these conversations. We're here through 10 o'clock this morning. You can come and talk to us. We've got our tent set up here at Cafe Luxxe, which is a business that just opened in March. We're going to be talking to the owners in the next hour, Guy.
Oh, nice. I love the idea of that July 5th celebration. I also love the very logical and practical reason behind it, Jamie, because I was with you. I thought we were just keeping the party going.
Hey, one big party.
We love it.
And Jamie, you've been hearing some really interesting concerns.
Yeah, everything from housing affordability, transportation, but also we're celebrating some of the businesses in the area, including where we've been all morning, Cafe Luxxe. I'm with co-owner, co-founder, president. I'll name you all the things. You get all the titles. Mark Wayne, thank you so much for letting us be here this morning.
Thank you.
So you just started here in March. How has the Culver City neighborhood kind of embraced you?
Oh, Culver City is great. I mean, this corner right here has been like the center of Culver City for over 100 years. I mean, it's so awesome. The history of this corner right here, it used to be a post office. It used to be a draft office during the war. I mean, this is such a historic center of downtown Culver City. And for us in our 20th year that we were founded in LA, we grew up in LA. This corner right here just is the quintessential community center of the city.
Well, I have to say, I live a few miles away, and when I saw that you guys were going in, I immediately went, I've seen that name before. You had a business in the Palisades that unfortunately burned down. How's everybody doing, and do you plan to rebuild?
The short answer is yes, we will rebuild the Palisades. Everybody. I mean, thankfully, through the hard work of the first responders, there was such a very little loss of life during this big tragedy. Our team really came together. Everybody who worked in the Palisades got redistributed. We didn't lose a single person. Even one of our teammates, they had a house in the Palisades. They lost their house, and they were back to work the next week. It's like, are you kidding me? What are you doing here? And what he said really struck kind of the core of what we're about, which is, I wanted to be around my team. I wanted to be around my Cafe Luxxe family.
Well, what I love here as well is that you guys don't offer Wi-Fi, but there's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's really about connection. It's about
community.
And community, right? So it's you go into some coffee shops and everyone's on their laptops and they're all isolated. But you walk into a Cafe Luxxe and you hear people talking to one another and interacting with one another, and that we find that really special.
Well, I find it special too, and this morning I think what I found really special is that we've had people on opposing sides, whether it's transportation or affordable housing or all of these really big issues that the community has to deal with, but they walk in here and they're like, hi Debbie, hi Charles, hey Paul. I mean, it seems like everybody, maybe this is the place that the national politics should kind of learn how to handle themselves.
Which that actually was like what coffee shops were when they originally came up. I mean, news people would go to individual coffee shops that were, this is the politics one, this is the sports one, and then collect it all together and put it into a newspaper.
And so here we are. We're back with you, being part of the community. So thank you so much for having us this morning, and good luck as the business is only a few months old.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, Mark, thank you. So of course, as we were just talking about, there's so much going on here in Culver City with small businesses, the entertainment district, affordable housing, transportation. We've talked about so many issues this morning. It's been great to be here. We're going to just send it back to you, Amy.